ॐ इत्येतदक्षरमिदं सर्वं तस्योपव्याख्यानं भूतं भवद्भविष्यदिति सर्वमोङ्कार एव यच्चान्यत्रिकालातीतं तदपि ओङ्कार एव. Didn't follow. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. So we saw the meaning of this Prarthana Shloka earlier. As I said, Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Parthaya Pratibodhitam. God, Narayana, Krishna Bhagavan himself has taught, has presented, has given this great knowledge base to Partha. Where do you find this? Mahabharata. Mahabharata Madhye. In between Mahabharata. Who wrote Mahabharata? Vyasena Grathitam. The great Maharshi Vyasa. He wrote. Who was Vyasa? Purana Munina. Ancient, the most ancient and the most knowledgeable. Great poet, Vyasa, great Rishi. He did the Mahabharata. And the Bhagavad Gita, which comes in Mahabharata, it is having Ashtadasha Adhyayanim, 18 verses. And what is the content of that? Advaitamrita Varshini. It is Advaita. It's a Amrita. It's a nectar. It is the spring leaf. It is the rain. It is the Varsha of the Advaita. When you go through that thing, you got wonderful knowledge base. You got the great grandeur of Amrita by studying the Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhavadveshinim. What is the result of that? All the dvesha within us will go away. We all become such a wonderful family, as one family, removing all the hatred. To such great Bhagavad Gita, Tvam Anusandadami. Amba, O Mother, Bhagavad Gita, I am going to worship you. That's a beautiful shloka that we did. Having done that, as I was mentioning, we selected the 18 verses from Bhagavad Gita. And each 18 verses have been set into a systematic thesis-wise factor. First two shloka talk about introduction to Jnana Yoga. Third, what is the eligibility criteria to start Jnana Yoga? Eligibility of the students and the teacher. Then, shloka number 4 to 8 talks of the dimensions of reality. Shloka number 5. Once you start practicing, what are the qualities of a Jnana yogi, a person who practices Jnana? And what are the methods to grow in Jnana Yoga? Shloka number 10 to 14. And once you start growing deeper and deeper and deeper, you have the higher dimensions of Jnana Yoga. Talked about in 15th verse. And a person who has reached that state, when he leaves the body, how does he leave the body? Shloka number 16, at the time of death. When he leaves the body, where does he go? What happens to him? 17 to 18. These are the 18 verses that have been selected from different chapters. And this has been put in the form of a schematic. The whole dimension of Jnana Yoga is brought out in this schematic. So, what are the methods? Savana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Jnana. Then, stabilizing that Jivan Mukti. Then, advanced Jnana Yoga called Siddhasthiti. And ultimately reaching the ultimate reality called Videha Mukti. So, these are the dimensions that we are going to study. With that, we started with this. So, the first shloka, introduction. It brings about the conflict in the mind of Arjuna. All of you are aware of the context. Arjuna had come to fight the war with the fullest determination, with his Gandiva in his hand. And he had that tremendous ego, in a sense that my Gandiva is invincible. I have got various astras. I have got Pashpatastra, Brahmastra, everything he had. And therefore, he was very, very confident that I am going to win the war. Then when he comes to the forefront, when he sees his own teacher, Dronacharya, who made Arjuna a Arjuna. Then he sees Kripacharya, the Kulaguru. And he sees Bhishmacharya, is the role model. Vishwapitamaha is the greatest of the whole Pandava and Kauravas. And he is invincible. And is Ichhamaranatva he has. He has all the weapons, and he is a great administrator. And he is the role model for everybody. When he also has come in front of him, then a big conflict arises in his mind. Whether I should wage the war and kill all these people? He says, other mind says, no, we should not. They are people of great respect. They are worth the worship. You should worship them, do puja for them. How can you inflict pain on them? No, you should not do. And his intellect comes and says, if you kill one person, you get so much of papa. And you will be punished. You get capital punishment. Now what are you doing? Your own kith and kin, your own teachers, your own people of worship, everybody you are killing. So you are committing a big sin. Oh, but the mahat papam kartam vyavasita vayam. You all have come here and it looks to me that I am doing the greatest papa, And then his mind says, okay, what is the result of this thing? We have become very selfish to get the kingship. Yad rajya sukhalobhena hantam swadanam mudyataha vayam. We have all come here to kill our own people, to get the kingdom. For what? For the comfort and the corresponding happiness that we may get. Are we not very selfish in the whole encounter? So, one argument this way. Ethics, morality, and the related papa and other things. Another thing, you are a Kshatriya, you have to wage the war. Whether duty is better or ethics is better. A big conflict arises in his mind. And he cannot stand in the chariot. He cannot hold the Gandiva. Gandiva start coming down. Gandhibum samsate hastat tvaktaiva paridahyate. Whole body trembling, trembling. Because when you get such conflicts for which you have no answer, you are lost. In everyone's life, you are going to get such conflict. These are the subtle conflict. And there is no book which can give you answers for such conflict. So he just sits down. Rathopastha. That's a beautiful dramatic scenario brought in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Subtle conflicts. Conflict between duty sense and ethics. Both are good. Which is better of the two? Similarly, conflict between one ethics and another ethics can be there. One duty and another duty may be there. Question the very sense of duty, ethics. Then you are lost. So his strong inclination to go away from the war is so strong. And his buddhi also, his intellect also, he is supporting. Hey, you are very selfish. Come on, don't do. Give the kingdom to them. Let them enjoy. Why you want? Don't be selfish. So that is the opening scenario. Then how does Krishna answer that? Apite dasi papebhyaha. Repeat. Apite dasi papebhyaha. Sarvebhya papakruttamaha. Sarvebhya papakruttamaha. Sarvam jnanaplavenaiva. Rujinam santarishyase. Hey Bhagavan Vacha, Krishna is telling, oh, you are thinking that you are doing a great papa. Big sin you are committing by waging the war, killing all these people. Not right. Okay, even assuming you are creating the papa by killing. Abhichet, even if you think that you are doing the papa, first of all, it is not correct. But okay, assume that you are buddhi is telling you are coming. And even if you think this is the biggest of the papa you are committing, papebhyaha, sarvebhyaha, papebhyaha, papakrut tamaha. So papakrut taraha, papakrut tamaha. That is superlative. Papakrut means person who is doing papa. Papakrut taraha means a person who is doing lot of papa. Papakrut tamaha means highest papa you are doing. So even assuming that by doing this act, you are going to become the biggest of the sinner of the world. Superlative. Tamaha. Papakrut tamaha. In all the papas, you are the biggest. Then, how to overcome this thing? All this thing can be overcome if you take to the path of Jnana. Jnana pravena eva rujinam santarishyasi. By taking to the raft, by the boat of Jnana, you can cross this ocean of sin. Huge ocean you have. It all can be overcome. You can cross the river. You can cross the ocean of this papa. By what? By the boat of Jnana. So therefore, all the papas that we have done earlier, in our life, you can overcome that if you take to the path of Jnana. If you understand the right knowledge. That's what Krishna says. But how to know that? The last thing he said, Tadvidhi pranipatena. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. So here, what is the eligibility criteria? What are the eligibility criteria to take to the path of Jnana? Actually. Now when you want to come here and join our YSC, we say must have +2. So similarly, for anything there is a eligibility criteria. So what is the eligibility criteria for taking to the path of Jnana, getting into the board of Jnana, Jnana Pravena, how to get into it? Three qualities. Pranipata, Pariprashna, Seva. Pranipatena, Pariprashnena, Sevaya. You must have three qualities to pursue the path of Jnana. What is the first quality? Pranipata. Pranipata means Sashtanga Namaskar. It is not only physical thing. It is a process of openness of the mind.
नीचे पड़ने से रात को मैं जब गई थी तो अंदर को कुछ जो वो ले नहीं जाता वहां से अंदर आया था वो देखने के लिए बाहर और अंदर में फर्क नहीं है.
So, Pranipata is the openness of mind. That means you should not have a closed mind. When you are hearing a lecture, you must be open to it. If you have a closed mind, the information will come and go back. You will not understand. This is the necessity of a scientist. If you are in the path of science, you must have an open mind. So, Pranipata is a process of surrender. Surrender is opening up the mind. Okay, just because you open your mind, you are not going to accept what is being told. You are going to question them. Prashna. Prashna and Pariprashna. Questions, deeper questions, still deeper questions, deeper questions. So you must questioning attitude. Everything you should question. If you don't question, you are not a good student at all. So whatever you hear, you must ask questions. So deeper the question, better a student you are. And as you get an answer at one level, then you get deeper question. So you must do prashna, pariprashna. Second quality. Third is seva. Seva is service. Karma yoga. That means you do the service. Physical involvement in the activity to serve is necessary to overcome the tamas. So, tamas should be overcome by the seva. So, in Gurukula system, people used to go and then work in the Goshala. They used to work and clean up. Here, you are all 1 hour every day. You do the different karma yoga. That is cleaning up entire thing. So, this will overcome the laziness, lethargy, drowsiness, sleepiness of our system. That is necessary. Then, the surrender and questioning. These are the three qualities. So, Arjuna, you have all the three qualities. So, I am going to tell you. And who is the teacher? He should have two qualities. Jnaninaha, tattvadarshinaha. He must be full of knowledge. When a person is teaching anatomy, he should know everything about the physical body. Every detail he must know. Any question you ask, the teacher should be answered. That alone is not necessary. You should have had the experience of dissection. So he can take you to the lab, dissection lab, and then show you the various parts. There are two aspects. One is the theory, another is the practice. Both these things are necessary. So qualifications of a teacher is well versed in all shastra, theoretical knowledge, and having the realization of the truth or reality at the experience. Another place called Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. We are all going to be teachers. We are going to be instructors. So you must have two wings. One is you must know the theory, you must have the practice. As you say, an ounce of theory, ounce of practice is equivalent to tons of theory. Practice, 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 very important. You may know everything, if you don't practice, no use. No. Similarly, if you know and do the practice, your effect will be 100 times more. So both these things are very necessary. Therefore, in your entire course, we have both the dimensions are put there. So that is the qualification of a teacher. So what are the quality of a student and teacher? Both have been put. Then with that, we now proceed. And what you are going to learn, the teacher says first, hypothesis. Repeat again. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे This is chosen from the second chapter, 20th Shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. And this is the basic teaching that Krishna gives to Arjuna, the first. What is the meaning? You are thinking that you are dying, that you are born. What happened? What happened? Na jayate. You are not born. Na mriyate. You are not dying. Kadachita. No time you are born, no time you are dead. Na ayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha. You are eternal. You are all the time there. You are in the past, you are in the present, you are in the future. So you are eternal. So you are ancient. Na ayam bhutva. In the past, the present, and the future. You do not know this thing. Ajaha, unborn, changeless. Nityaha, eternal, all the time available. Shashwataha, permanent. Puranaha, the most ancient. So, hanyamane sharire na hanyate. In the body that is getting killed, you are not killed because you are unkillable. Nobody can kill you. Nobody can destroy you. You are that eternal. This is the first thing that Krishna says to Arjuna. Because Arjuna's grief has to go away. His conflict has to go. What is that knowledge that is given to Arjuna? The first thing is that you are not this body. This body comes and goes. But what are you then? You are that ultimate reality, pure consciousness. That is what you are. You are Atman. You are Paramatman. You are the self of all. What is its characteristic? It is beyond space, time, causation. Therefore, he is telling there are two things. Your knowledge now is you think only you are the body. No. There are two dimensions. One, the body, which is in a continual flux of changes. The body takes birth, it goes on changing, and it's going to die. So every day, a billion cells get created in the body. A billion cells get destroyed in the body. Cells born and die. Similarly, the body also comes and takes birth, and goes on changing, and then one day it's going to die. This is one aspect of the existence. Don't think this all. Arjuna's understanding was this all. There's only one dimension. But Krishna is telling there is a second dimension. What is the second dimension? Unchanging entity called self. At the base of all the changing. So everything goes on changing and changing in the world. But that which does not change is the ultimate reality. This is what modern science says. Modern science, every object is made out of molecules. Molecules are made of atoms. Atoms are made of what? Protons, neutrons, electrons, fundamental particles. What are they made out of? Packets of energy called energy. Quarks. So, according to science, this goes on changing and changing. But the energy is eternal. Energy is conserved. Energy exists before, after. Before the pen is created, energy is there. After the pen is created, again energy is there. And when the pen is destroyed, again energy is there. When a candle is burnt, nothing is lost, as it is said. So, in life, everything comes and goes, comes and goes. Here, in the beginning, we did not have this hall at all. We had all shops here. But we constructed the building. And one day, the whole building also will go away. So, in the world, everything comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. Similarly, our body also comes and goes, comes and goes. But there is something that does not get lost, get born, get not change. That is our original state. That is the unchanging entity called Atman. And that Atman is same for all of us. Why? It is beyond space, time, causation. It is beyond mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. So it is a state of infinite happiness. It is a state of infinite knowledge. It is a state of infinite power. And it's a state of infinite bliss. That's what we are all. Somebody asked the question, what is this? It's a pen. Pen is the name given to this thing. But what is it actually? Made out of plastic. Is it plastic? What is the plastic made of? Plastic is made out of maybe molecules. What are the molecules made of? If you go deeper, deeper like this, finally it's energy. So what you think this as pen is not really the pen. In its reality, it is all only energy. Similarly, what we are thinking, this is the body I have. This is the prana, this is the mind, I have everything. This is me. So somebody comes and asks you, who are you? You will tell your name, Radha. That's your name, but who are you? Then you say, oh, I'm this body. So you have to investigate whether you are really the body, or is there something different. This is the way for understanding, for getting at the knowledge, right knowledge. You all have the wrong knowledge called avidya. And that wrong knowledge has to go. That's what the Jnana Yoga says. So the hypothesis that is made is that we all have two dimensions of existence. One is the body, another is the self. So one is the pen, another is the energy. There are two dimensions. You are looking only at the pen. You are looking only at the body. But you have this unchanging reality called self, Atman. It's also called as Brahman, called reality. And that's what it says. And what is the character of this thing? It does not change. It's a great knowledge. Is it only a philosophy? If you realize that then, you'll be completely changed. Your whole life will gear itself into a new vision altogether. This is the vision that we have to give in our education system. Our people used to get this thing. Everybody in our schools and others in our country used to get this knowledge. Everybody knows that I am that infinite self. I am not just a body. Body will come and go. It will change. As you know, Alexander the Great from the Greece, he wanted to conquer the whole country, India. So he planned, and he had a huge army, 1 lakh people. He brought, and he had systematic plan, strategic planning. That first week we are going to go there. These are the 2 kings who are there. They'll be finished, no time, and then we'll go further. So within 6 months, we'll completely win over the whole of country, from north down to the south. So he had prepared himself and called himself the Alexander the Great. But what happened? As he started coming, he had expected, looking at the huge army, 1 lakh people, these kings have got only a few thousand, maybe 500, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. They will all surrender. Never happened. Everybody fought to the last. A small army, 1,000 people killed 10,000 of Alexander's army. They fought to the last. They did not surrender. They did not give up the kingdom. So almost 5 months are over. Hardly has touched 1/100th of India. Then he gets a doubt. Why do these people fight like this? They all know they are going to die. They cannot win over me. Looking at the huge army, 1 lakh army, they should simply surrender. Why do they fight to the last and die and not give the kingdom? He was simply perplexed. Then there is a wise minister. He said, "Sir, this is all because of some special people who are in every country, every city. Because of them. How? They are the inspirers. They will make these people do. Can I go and meet them? Oh, sure. They are very simple people. You can go and then meet them anytime. But they are great jnanis, great munis, great rishis, great yogis. You can go and meet them, no problem at all. So when can we go? Anytime we want. Tomorrow morning? Yes, go ahead. Next morning, minister takes Alexander with all his gusto, with all of gifts, everything. And both of them come just at the outskirts of the city. There is a person who was sitting half naked, nicely sitting and meditating, deep meditation. And Alexander comes, minister brings him and stands in front of the great Rishi. And Rishi slowly opens the eyes. Welcome, welcome. The ministers introduce her. This is Alexander the Great. He is from Greece. He is such a fantastic thing. Everything he tells about the biodata of Alexander. Look at, he's so wonderful, great. So, welcome. Then Alexander looks at him, says, I heard a lot about you. You are the person who inspires all the people here. But when I look at you, I feel so bad. Why? You don't even proper clothes. When I look, your house is a dilapidated hut there. I do not know whether somebody gives food or not. Oh, so sorry. And so please come to my country. I'll give a beautiful palatial building and 20 people taking care of you on all fronts. And the best of the food that you want in this thing. Everybody will in your command. Come to me. What I want from you is, you also should inspire my soldiers. Like what you have been inspiring the soldiers here. So what is the response? The Rishi looks at him. Don't have to pity me. I have to pity you. Because I'm extremely satisfied, extremely happy with what I have, I don't have. But you need all this paraphernalia for your happiness. You need a big palatial building, so many people to take care of you, so much of money, so much of comfort, everything is needed to take care of yourself and to be happy. But I don't need anything. Without anything, I'm very, very happy because I know what is happiness. You don't know what is happiness. I know what is bliss. You don't know what is bliss. You don't know what is your real nature. I know what it is. So, don't ask me to come. I'm extremely happy. I'm very satisfied. I will be here. I will not come there. I don't need anything from you. Big shock to the Alexander. In his life, he had not met anybody like this. All the time, the soldiers, others want, okay, why don't you give me permission? Why don't you give me promotion? Why don't you give this thing, that thing? Give a house, give this money, everything they are asking. Here is a person whom I am offering everything, but he doesn't want anything. And now he is denying. Then the minister says, hey, you cannot deny the order of Alexander. He is the Alexander the Great. You cannot deny. Then you know what is going to happen? Alexander looked at him. If you deny my order, you know what is going to happen? Put the sword. Your head will be down. Said. Then what is the response? Rishi says, he started laughing. Alexander, until now I thought you were a wise man. Now I know you are a fool. You are an ignorant fool. You don't know what you are talking. At the time of death, when Alexander is going to kill him, look at his thing. Then he asked, do you think you can kill me? Impossible. Nainam chindanti shatrani, nainam dahati pavakaha. I am invincible. I am the pure consciousness. I am that all-pervasive reality. You will kill this body. The body will come and go, come and go. How can you kill me? So nobody can kill me. Najayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Hanyamane sharire. In this body, that thing, I am that immortal self. So you cannot kill. Then Alexander gets the whole message. How these soldiers, fight to the last. The body comes and goes. So if they die, what is the problem? It's a great knowledge that Alexander gets. And that is a beautiful thing that he has. Therefore, what is the knowledge? Knowledge is we are not just a physical body. We are that infinite self. And this knowledge base gives you a tremendous amount of fearlessness. When Alexander came with 1 lakh army, how our people were not at all disturbed, how they fought to the last, fearlessness comes. Why? When you know that you are getting killed and the body is going away, you are afraid. Something happens to the body, you are terrified. Somebody comes shoot to you. You'll get afraid. Why? You have a strong thing, I am only in this body, I get killed, finished. No. Once you have that knowledge, that I am that infinite self, how can I have the fear? No. Vidyate hrudaya granthi, chidyante sarva samchaya, kshiyante chasya karmani, tasmin drushte paravari. As Kathoparishad says, that you become fearless. No. So, Yagnapada tells to Janaka, you have become like this. Abhayam vai Janaka praptosi. Janaka, you have reached the state of abhayatva. Fearlessness. When will the fearless go? Fear will go only when you have that knowledge. When you are geared to that knowledge. Just like we are geared to this knowledge that we are this body. We must be geared to that knowledge that we are not the body, we are that infinite self. Therefore, an understanding, you have to open up your mind, to understand yourself that we have the body which goes on changing and changing. Agama paino anityaha tam titikshatsu bharata. Later on Krishna said, comes and goes. Why do you worry about it? So similarly, all the people whom we are killing here, they will come and go. Body will come and go. But you are not able to kill anybody. So that is the wonderful thing that he gives here. So this is the Upanishadic model that is brought forth. What we see is only the physical body in the center, Annamaya Kosha. We all know. And in this physical body, we have got changes going on. We have got vyadhis, we have got various diseases, discomfort, stressors, everything comes and goes. And another 4 bodies we all have. In Vedanta, it's called, physical body is called the Sthula Sharira. Then we have the Sukshma Sharira. Then we have the Karana Sharira. Vedanta in the Jnana Yoga. In Upanishad, it further expands. The Sukshma Sharira has 3. Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. So all these things are not seen, but they are existing. Today, thanks to technology, now we can know your Pranamaya Kosha. I can take the photograph of your complete Pranamaya Kosha. But all these koshas are in continual change. There are imbalances. In all our physical body also there is an imbalance. Autonomic imbalance, endocrine imbalance, all these things. When the imbalance becomes very high, it becomes a disease. Ease will go away and it becomes a disease. So similarly, there is imbalance in all the koshas in all of us. All the 5 koshas are in imbalance. It goes on changing. A change in one brings a change in the other. Change in the body, physical body brings a change in the pranamaya kosha. Change in the pranamaya kosha brings change in the physical body, manomaya kosha, everywhere. So they're all interconnected. Therefore, this is the whole picture. But all these 5 koshas are changing. But that which does not change is beyond. That is our original self. There is no change, and that's infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite freedom. So this is the total understanding of the knowledge that the Jnana Yoga provides. So Bhagavad Gita gives us the whole knowledge. Once you have this knowledge, then you can cross the ocean of sin. Arjuna, all your sin will go away if you understand this knowledge. When you kill, you think you get the sin. But what is going to happen? It all happens according to the cosmic design. You cannot kill anybody. So, sarveni hatah purvameva nimitta matram bhava sabyasatin. When Krishna showed that Vishwarupa Darshana to Arjuna, he says, Arjuna, you are thinking you are going to kill all these people? No, you cannot kill. Already they have been killed by me. Look at this. He shows the fire is coming. The whole army is getting burnt. Then what is his? All the Kuru Privera, that is, all the Kuru, they are entering into his mouth and getting consumed. Karna, gone. What about Dronacharya? Gone. Entering into the bathroom, getting consumed. And Duryodhana, getting lost. Bhishmacharya, yes, he is also dead. Everybody has been killed. This is the cosmic design. So don't egoize yourself. Don't think that you are the killer. You don't have that ego. You cannot kill. Therefore, please understand total knowledge. Don't grieve on it. Don't have this thing. So what has to be done? You have to perform your duty. Everybody has to perform their duty. As a student, we have the duty. As a teacher, we have the duty. As a Kshatriya, we have the duty. And as a king, he has a duty. Everybody has a duty. We have to perform our duty. That's how we have to grow. Therefore, the whole knowledge base is the one that can overcome all such conflicts in life. So this is the Panchakosha thing that we did. This is further elaborated in the 3 more shlokas. So we take up the next shloka next week, but we will repeat that. Repeat after me. Veda vinashinam nityam yayena majamam vyayam katham sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. With that, we close today's session and invite any questions that you may have and do these things. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we will see in the chat box. Yeah? You can put the questions in the chat box. Thank you for your presence today. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can write in a small sheet of paper and give me also. Otherwise, you can ask. What is the qualification of a Jnana Yogi? First, student. Prashna, Pariprashna. If you don't ask questions, not good students. There are still 10 minutes. You can have question and answers. Thank you, Rupesh. You come here. Yes. You know this, yeah? Michael is on.
So, sir, you said that we have to keep our brain open all the time so that we can consume Jnana. But how to keep all the time brain open, because our mind sleeps and we feel sleepy all the time. So, what are the key points to keep it open?
Always, this knowledge is so sublime. It is easily said than done. Therefore, what is to be done? This is where the sadhana comes. This is where the practice comes into picture. We have to gear ourselves to this knowledge base. Each time the mind says, I am only the body, no, I am that infinite self. I am that infinite knowledge, infinite power, freedom. Which you must go on doing that. That's why the whole methodology is there. Kavana, Manana, Nididhyasta, all that thing we have to do. No, otherwise, it will not be final. Only such people who had great samskaras, they think I am that infinite and they stay. That is the Shloka or other such great person. Otherwise, we all have to undergo this process of transformation at all levels and see that we grow. So here is some questions. Okay. How to gain the knowledge from a teacher? I know has it, but it is not willing to share with me. So there is plenty of persons and you can get the knowledge. So for example, you are attending this and you are getting the knowledge. And now this knowledge has to be questioned. The first thing that you have to do is, when Krishna says, I am not this physical body, you are that infinite spell. How do you say that? You must question. For example, a chemistry professor says, hydrogen, oxygen, come together, you will get water. Student asks, hey, how possible? Hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. How we can get water out of it? No, yes, question. So you must question. The hypothesis has to be questioned. The hypothesis given by Mahabharata, by Bhagavad Gita, by Vyasa Maharshi, by Krishna Bhagavan, simply you cannot accept as it is. Vyasa Maharshi told Shloka, you are that infinite self. No. He said, I know. I want to know how to do that. No, Varuna. So like that you have to do. So the path, the hypothesis has been given. It has to be tested, examined, practiced by yourself. You have to do. Does this same knowledge that we never die apply only to the humans or all living beings? Not only all living beings, even non-living beings. No. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Kosha, everything has the original in the ultimate reality. But pure consciousness it manifests. Therefore, it manifests in first as Anandamaya Kosha, then condenses to Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, then Pranamaya Kosha, then Annamaya Kosha. And in Annamaya Kosha, we have human beings are there, you have got animals are there, plants are there, and even the material things are there, condensation. Just like the whole energy condenses itself and becomes grass. For example, vapor comes from the sea, you don't see them. Then slowly it becomes clouds, dark clouds, and rain starts. And because of the temperature, it becomes snow, starts coming down, and becomes solid ice, becomes very solid. Everything is nothing but water. Similarly, the consciousness condenses, and it's the same thing. So it is not only as human beings, but in all animals, everything has the same reality. They are in different levels of manifestation. For example, as human beings who are manifesting in the Annamaya Kosha, then the people who are in the Pranamaya Kosha are called Yakshas, Kinnaras, Gandharvas. Those who exist in the Manomaya Kosha are called Devatas and Rakshasas. So like that, at different levels, the different things exist. Good point.